See, the first step is have to get a nice toast on that garlic. Yeah, get a nice toast on that garlic. When you sweat those onions, you gotta sweat them real good before you put in the meat. So after you sweat them for about 10 minutes on low. See, now you hear them? Listen. You listen? You hear that? Listen. Shh. Listen. You hear that? Listen. Yeah, so you let them get like that, right? That's how you know they're nice and sweated. You just cook them on real low. You just want them to kind of hiss at you like. After this step, then we're going to add ground turkey. We would add ground beef, but we've been eating a lot of red meat around here lately, so we need to kind of chill out on the red meat. So we're going to go with some ground turkey, 80-20. You want 80-20 because that's what you want. You want some nice flavor when you meat. You don't want that dried up horse leather meat. You want this nice tender, 80-20. So the next step, we'll be putting in the meat. As promised, here's the 80-20 ground turkey. Now before we get it going, we're going to season it. We're going to season it with some Himalayan pink salt and some Italian herb grinder private selection. Kroger is the best. Now we're going to season that up, and then we're going to come back when it's nice and brown. I'm going to show you the next step. Oh, well, I guess, just crunch some seasoning on there. Don't go ham with it. Don't go overboard. Just shake some on there. But I can't do it and film at the same time. Okay, I seasoned the meat. We have it going on about medium low. We don't want to cook it too fast. We want to get a nice brown on it, but we don't want to cook too fast because it is turkey. And also, when you're messing with turkey, you want to keep your cooking area clean. You want to wash your hands frequently, wash your utensils frequently. Don't cross-contaminate. This spoon right here will only be used for this. And I think I'm going to use a new spoon once I put the sauce in because I don't want to cross-contaminate anything. Can't be funky. Can't be a funky cook. No. Now, normally, this is about the texture I want the ground beef. We cooked it for about 10 minutes on a kind of medium-high heat. I lowered it down to medium-low heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make what's called a Bolognese, see? And a Bolognese sauce is really like a meat sauce, right? So the meat is going to be fine, real fine ground. Normally I like it this texture right here because you have some chew. But like I said, I'm trying to be real fancy with this. So I'm going to mush it and mash it as much as I can and try to make a Bolognese sauce out of it. You'll see. Stay tuned. Pardon me, I made a mistake on the last video. I said something about ground beef. This is not ground beef, this is ground turkey. Correction, ground turkey. So as you see, I have it on really low now. Basically, I don't want the meat to cook any longer. I don't want it to get tough. So I'm just beating as much as I can to try to get it fine brown as I can. And the next step is, you see all that oil? You don't want that. So you're going to strain that oil off, and you want just pure meat when you put your sauce in. And you want nothing but meat. You don't want all that grease and oil and all that extra fat, because this is a fatty meat. So you don't need all that in your system. You just want meat. As promised, I got a stainless steel spoon. There's several reasons for that. One, the turkey is done. That wooden spoon had raw turkey on it. There's a chance of cross-contamination, so just be safe. And two, when you pour this red spaghetti sauce on this spoon, it won't stain it. If you do that on those wooden spoons, it'll stain it. And you don't want that. And see, I got as much of that oil and grease as I could. So you want the meat to look like this right here. That's how you want it to look before you add your sauce. The next step, I'll show you which sauce we're going to use and how to pour the sauce in the meat. We could make our own sauce, but man, who got time for all that? So this stuff right here, I recommend you get it from Sprouts because they have the best price. It's pretty expensive, but it's really good. It's called Dave's Gourmet roasted garlic and sweet basil, gluten-free, non-GMO pasta sauce. This right here will make you want to just slap somebody next to your mama, because I don't think if you got good sense, you won't slap your own mama unless you're crazy. And so they have serving suggestion, blah, 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 blah. But see, look at that. Only 125 milligrams of sodium, 5 grams of sugar per 6 servings in this big jar here. So yeah, we're going to pour this in slowly until we get it the consistency that we want. I can't do it in film. I need a GoPro. Donate to my account, then I'll get a GoPro. So we wound up using 2 of these Dave Gourmets, 2 entire jars, and then I hadn't stirred it in yet, but I'm going to stir it in. So basically, you just stir it in like that. Stir Stir it up. Put it on medium-low heat to low heat. And got a nice Bolognese going. Somewhat kind of sort of in a way. A poor man's Bolognese. How about that? A Georgia version of the Bolognese sauce. How about that? Then we're just gonna put a lid over this, let it simmer. Then I'll show you all how to prepare the best noodles you ever had. Oh, I lied. I want to show you how it looks after you see, after it's simmered for a while. That's how it's gonna look. You want to stir it up. See, you want to stir it up. You want to cook it. You want to cook it down some. You know, you want to get it to where, you know, has some nice thickness to it. You know, you want to. Right now, see, it's a little soupy, but after a while, you know, it'll settle down. It'll settle down. So you just want to keep cooking it until some of that water evaporates, and just keep it covered. And that's it. Next video, as promised, you'll see the pasta, man. It's so simple to cook. You'll see. You'll see. Now it's time to prepare for the noodles. For this, you need hot water, a pot, some salt, olive oil. Those are optional, the salt and the olive oil, and noodles. Yeah, these are some cheap noodles, but hey, that's what we had, and I want to cook them because they've been sitting there. So that's it. So you put some hot water in there. There's really no rhyme or reason. I don't measure anything. They have instructions on the box. You can follow those, but I just kind of just dead reckon and eyeball and just put the water in there, and I'm going to show you what to do from there. I mean, I can't film. I mean, I could film putting the water in there, but that'll probably be boring. So as you see, I went ahead and put the salt in there, and the only thing that the salt does, honestly, is it raises the boiling temperature of the water. That's it. It does maybe adds a little flavor to the noodles, but its main purpose is to raise the boiling temperature of the water. And now I'm going to pour just a little bit of olive oil. Ooh, that's a lot of bit of olive oil. That was a generous pour. That's a little too much, but we're going to work with it. Only thing this really does is keeps the noodles from sticking together, and maybe the olive oil gives it a little bit of flavor. That's it. And then you just let that boil. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're cooking with Crisco. So I'm turning up a little bit more, get my boil on. You want your water at a nice rapid roiling boil like this, just like this. And I recommend that if you don't have a pasta scooper, get one. These things are amazing. They make cooking spaghetti noodles that much easier. For the pasta aficionados, I'm not a perfect pasta cooker, but if you break your pasta in half, they will cry. Cry the real tears. So you just dump them in there like that. And I have some more I'm going to add, so pardon me. Voila. Threw them in there. And then you let them boil like that. You get your little pasta scooper and you just mash them down in that water. Now, this pot is probably a little too small, but I don't feel like washing a real big pot. I'm just going to be honest with you. So I'm going to use this one. It'll work. It'll work. So just be patient. Just be patient. Now, there's things that you can cook to the noodles. They call them al dente or whatever. That just means just done, or it just means your noodles have a slight chew. Let's stop trying to be fancy, but that's what they call it, al dente. So, you know, now that your noodles are in there, I like mine just a little bit firmer. I mean, a little bit more done than al dente, right below it. Some people like their noodles mushy. That's up to you. So, cooking times, and probably about 9 minutes for this, and it'll be ready. Yeah, so now they've been boiling for about, I think, 9 minutes or so. So you can, pick a noodle up and see. You can actually taste one to see if it's your liking, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Yeah, so no, not done enough. So I'm going to let them cook a little longer. Be back momentarily. Okay, I just turned off the water. I'm going to take it to the sink and strain it in our strainer. Now be careful during this step because it's pretty hot. The steam could get you. So just dump it in there like that. Strain it out. Don't rinse it. Whatever you do, don't rinse it. Now some fancy people keep the water in there for the starch purposes, but whatever. So now that they've strained out pretty good, shake them out. Don't rinse them. Remember, don't rinse them. I remember now, people save some of that starchy water when they make their own pasta sauces to thicken it up. They'll pour a little of that water into the pasta sauce, and it'll be thicker because of the starch. But we're going to move it back over to the pot, and then we're ready to finally plate. It's sitting in the pot, good to go. We have our Parmesan cheese. Could get the fancy stuff, but you know, I kind of grew up on this, so I'm kind of used to it. I've had the fancy stuff, it's good, but this will do. It's probably just cheese flavored sawdust, but hey, it's processed and everything, but I don't know. I'm just gonna roll with it. So I'm gonna plate in a few. Now you'll see why the pasta scooper comes in handy. So get your nice scoop of pasta here. Put it on the plate. They're outside playing basketball in my neighborhood. Someone just won. Evidently they're having a good time. I like that. I like to hear that. You know, I like to hear people out there having a good time playing basketball, you know, just having a good time. Reminds me of my youth. I used to play a lot. I sucked, but I tried. I had heart, that's what my friends would say. All right, now we're gonna put some sauce on there. All right, there's the sauce. Put it on the plate. Yeah. Put some down. Put it on there real good. Yeah. Just like that. It's pretty good. I'm not a professional plater or anything. This is just how I do it, you know. This is not professional. It's not meant to be all pretty and cool. It's just down home, keeping it real cooking, baby. And you know, I could have done the whole garlic toast and Texas toast or stuff of that nature, but nah. I just want a spaghetti. I didn't want all those other things and side salad. And you know, you gotta go hard with the cheese. You can't half do it. And there you go. Well, come on, I could do a better job than that. Hold on a second. And there you have it. Spaghetti with a bunch of Parmesan cheese on there. Real quick and easy. Anybody can do this. Your teenager, your 4-year-old, they could do this. You just have to watch them and make sure they don't burn themselves. Disclaimer, not trying to get sued. Have a good day. Bon appetit.